Miss Plummer here. Today we are going to be drawing really cute lions. Please make sure that when you're watching the video, you follow along with the teacher. If you finish early with a step, make sure that you are waiting for the next step. Please do not do the step unless I've done it first. Also, if you're a little bit behind and you're having a hard time keeping up with the video, that's okay too. We all work at our own pace. If you need help, raise a quiet hand and the teacher can come and help you. Don't forget too, my friends, that everybody's project is going to look a little different as long as you're trying your best and following along with the directions. You will be doing a good job. Okay, have fun!
Okay, kindergartners, today we are going to be making these really adorable lions. So the first thing you're going to have to do is glue this shape that I gave you in the middle of your paper. So I'm going to take my shape and add some glue to my shape. So opening up your glue stick, remember if you have to twist it, only twist it to about that much. You're going to go along the edges and pushing gently, and then work my way in little loop-de-loops and circles around the inside. I want to do this kind of quick because this glue dries really fast. So now I'm going to take my paper and my shape, and I'm going to put that shape so that the rounded side is closest to me and is on the bottom of the paper, and the flat side is at the top of the paper. And I'm going to make sure before I press that it's right in the middle. So there should be equal spaces on each side of that shape and equal spaces up and down. Using my palm now, I'm going to rub that shape very gently so that it sticks to that paper. Now we're going to need a Sharpie. So remember our rules with the Sharpie. The Sharpie belongs only on the paper, and if we don't use it right, it will get taken away from us. So opening up that Sharpie, add the cap to the back, and we're going to do our eyes first. So for our eyes, we're going to come down a little bit from the straight edge top of our shape, and we're going to do a circle. Then we're going to come over here and we're going to do another circle. Let's try to keep it as close as we can to that size so that we have two equal sized circles. If you make a mistake, that's okay. We can always fix it. Remember, no two lines are going to look the same. Everyone's is going to look different. So now I'm going to fill in. I'm going to go around and around on the inside of that circle, and I'm just going to fill it in a little bit, but I want to leave some of it yellow so that I can have a center for my pupil in my eye. So I'm just going around and around on the inside, and I'm just leaving a little bit empty. Now I'm going to give him some eyebrows. So I'm just going to do little curves on the eyes like that. So two curves on each eye. And then we're going to come down from the nose and we're going to do a horizontal straight line. After you've done that, we're going to have two lines that meet at the bottom. Who knows what kind of shape this is? Now I'm going to do another line that comes out like this from the corner of my upside down triangle. And on this side, I'm going to do another line that comes out, and I want to make sure that this line is the same height as this line. And then we're going to do a line that goes across that connects the two together. Now I'm going to do a curve near the top here that connects to each side of the top of the triangle. And I'm going to do a little line in the middle. This is his tongue. And now you can fill the area around the tongue in with your Sharpie. And I like to outline the shape first and then work my way in the middle so I stay in the lines. Now, if you have a hard time staying in the lines, that's okay. That's why we're in art class. We're going to get better throughout the year. So don't worry, as long as you're trying your best, you will get better over time. Okay, now at the top, I'm gonna do just 2 little filled in circles for the nose. And now I'm gonna do a curve on the top of this triangle here. And a curve on the other edge right here. And then just a straight line right in the middle. So again, if your curves are a little different than mine, that's okay as long as you drew a curve. Right, now on this side, we're gonna do some dots, and this is where the whiskers are gonna come out of the skin. I did about 4. And off each one, I am going to do a curved line that can go off into my paper. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Little filled in dots, about 4. And a curved line that comes off of each one and goes into my paper. Okay, so now that we have our face done, we are going to get a pink crayon. So you should have pink crayons at your seat. Okay, so this is the color pink. And we are just going to fill that tongue and nose in with the pink crayon. So I'm going to go in, push kind of hard on that crayon so that it shows up. And now I'm going to do the same thing over here on the nose. So we have a little pink nose and a little pink tongue. Now the only place I should be adding that pink is in my nose and on my tongue. All right, so now that we have the face done, we're going to do some warm color lines in our lion's mane. So the mane is the part of the lion where the hair comes out of the head. He has a lot of hair that comes out of his head, and this is going to be our mane. So we have to start with the first layer, and that's putting different lines in for our lion. I'm gonna start with my, let's see, I'm gonna use a red marker first. Okay, so again, these are warm colors that we're using today. They make us feel warm and toasty. So maybe I want to do loop-de-loop. So I'm going to loop, come back over, come up, then come back over, come up, come back over. And I'm going all the way from the edge of that shape to the top edge of my paper. And I'm trying my best not to get it on my table. So you start with one line first, and then you're going around your lion with that one first line you did. Take your time. All right, kindergartners. Now we're going to do a zigzag line. So I'm going to switch to a new color, but you can choose whatever color you want to use for this. For mine, I'm going to use pink. So for zigzags, remember, we went up and then down, and then up and then down, and then up, down. And we didn't have any curves at that top. It's just a quick up and a quick down, a quick up and a quick down. So I'm going to do a few of these around my lion's mane. Again, we start at the shape and we end at the edge of the paper. All right, and the last line I'm going to do is a wavy line. So this is kind of like our zigzag. But instead of going up and down really quick, we stay at the top a little longer. So I'm going to go up, stay at the top a little longer, and curve itself down. Go up, stay at the top a little longer, curve myself up and down. Up, and then we come back down, and then we go back up. But we're staying up a little longer. Now, sometimes your lines might start to touch. This is called overlapping. It is okay for your lines to touch. Up and down, up, down, up, down. Different lines on our lion. It's looking good. Next week we are going to add the paper part to our lion, okay, to create our relief aspect.